Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mitch from We in Tennessee, and I'm so glad you joined me today. I want to tell you that I was going to do this video from my car, but it's way too hot. I think we're in the low 90s today, so no way. I'm going to be in my air-conditioned home with this microphone. You're not hearing any of that air conditioning because it seems really loud. But anyway, let's dive into today's video. I watched a video, and I'm going to leave you the link in the description. This man talked to about, I think he said 8 or 9 of his 70 to 80-year-old friends, retired friends. And I had to watch this video over and over again. And some of the points that he was talking about, I had to realize, oh, they're only talking about since they retired. Because I'm thinking back when they were maybe in their 20s, 30s, or 40s. And I'm like, no, that wasn't the case. Now, to be honest with you, I ponder the thought of retirement, but I know that I'm not even anywhere near close to being retired. When my students get crazy, they don't want to listen, then I start thinking about retirement. When I want to do things with my wife and go shopping and go traveling, I think about retirement. But as far as being able to, I don't even see that being an option right now. And I know it's different for everybody. And so today, when I talk about these 5 things and react to his video, just keep in mind that everybody's different and not everything applies because everybody's situation is a little different. So let's go ahead and dive into these 5 things, and you can let me in the comment section tell me how you feel about these, okay? So the first thing that these 8 or 9 people said was they wish they had retired earlier. And when we say earlier, we're talking about from the age of retirement to exactly when they did. And so I'm thinking that they possibly could have retired at 65 but waited till maybe 68, 70, I'm not sure. And so I understood that one, especially with my pension, which is awesome coming from California here to Tennessee. My California pension does not get taxed in California. It doesn't get anywhere touched here in Tennessee. And so what's really nice is I'll have my California pension along with my Tennessee one. So, but as far as retiring earlier, I can see that because when I look at my California pension, what's crazy is it actually starts to get lower after a certain age. And I was scratching my head going, how does that even happen? I think when I get to be 63, I reach like the top level of what they would offer me on my pension. And every year after that, it seems to get lower. And I'm like, well, why in the world would anybody continue to work unless they wanted to, unless they somehow had to? But, if you're going to get less, why wouldn't they retire at that certain age? But these people said they wish they had retired earlier to enjoy more of their life, travel more, do all the things that they wanted to do. And, I get it when you retire at 65 and nobody knows how their health is going to go. That's the one thing you can't plan on as far as retiring is how does your health going to hang on to? And so, if you retire at 65 and your health goes down the drain at 67, I can see how you wish you had retired earlier. But again, that's a X factor. Nobody knows how your health is going to handle that. But I can see how somebody would say, yeah, knowing what I know now, I wish I had retired earlier. But again, this is such a unknown. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. So it's really hard to make that call before you retire and a whole lot easier to make that call after you go through that process. So that was the first thing is they wish they had retired earlier to, I guess, enjoy everything they had wanted, all their goals, their dreams, because I get it. As you get older, you're not going to be as mobile health-wise, just being able to do the things at an older age than you were at the younger retirement age. The second thing we were just talking about was health. They had wished they had taken better care of their health. That one, I can see how you can plan for that. You can control that. But again, there's some things about your health you definitely cannot control. but I'm guessing they're talking about going in for checkups, getting this test done. And I get it. I'm kind of in that same group where you think, hey, that can't happen to me, or let's push it off another 6 months, or maybe next summer. And so I understand that, and I will definitely heed that advice as far as taking care of yourself. I definitely have my push mower, so I get that workout every week now here during the summer. But just to stay in shape and to not, you know, make sure you can enjoy the retirement years rather than, having health issues because you didn't take good care of yourself or you're eating wrong or things like that. The third thing they said is they wish they had spent more money earlier in their retirement because, again, going back to when you get older, there's not many more, you're losing your opportunities to travel and actually enjoy spending that money because of health issues, confinement, all the things that come along with getting older. So I can see how if you're 80 and can't travel, I could see how you wish you would have traveled when you were 65, when you had the money, had the time, had the physical ability to be able to enjoy the money. Because, like everybody says, you can't take that money with you. So I can see that. But again, I can see the flip side to it. You don't know how long you're going to live. So you don't want to spend a ton of money at 65. And then you're wondering how you're going to live at 80, if you know what I mean. So I definitely am wise enough, I think, to see both sides of this. And again, getting back to it's easier to say this when you're at 80 than when you're at 65. Because when you're at 65, there's just so many unknowns. You really don't want to blow your money and then think, okay, what am I going to do now that I'm 80 and I spent all that money? So, you take it again for your own situation. The fourth thing, and I think these are so interwoven, they said they had wished they had traveled more. And I totally understand that because, my parents who are still alive, they tell me they wish they could come visit us. And this was even back in California. We were 90 miles away. But again, when you start to get into the 80s and 90s, you can't drive as far. A plane ride across the country is not as easy as it was when you're in your 60s. So, I can definitely see somebody being 80 years old going, man, I wish we had gone to Italy or traveled to our dream locations when they had, the physical ability to do so. So I totally get that. But again, it goes back to, but how much money is that going to take and can we afford that? So, you give and take and it's a toss up whether you say, hey, let's save this money for, XYZ down the road, or do we spend it now? And it's just such a gamble, but I'm guessing these people wish they had taken the risk. And then the last one is they said they had wished they had taken up a hobby. I totally understand that. And that's the one thing that kind of scares me to death about retirement is just trying not to go crazy in my mind as far as what am I going to do? Because, I've been off for summer. I definitely have stayed busy. I've taught summer school. I'm, doing robotics camps. But I'm thinking to myself, if I didn't do that, what else would I be doing other than mowing? And if it's too hot to go outside, what am I going to do inside? The guy in the video that has these 5 regrets was also saying people that live in the colder states, winter is a very tough month for retirees because they're stuck inside. What do I do? So I would definitely consider having multiple hobbies. My wife loves to crochet, needlepoint. She has a ton of hobbies. So when she retires, I have no problem, with her having things to do. Myself, I love to do these videos. I love to do editing. I love to do music. And so I definitely get the fact that you have to have a hobby. You have to stay busy. within your retirement, because if not, that's when a lot of people go downhill. They just lose that sense of purpose. They lose that sense of meaning. They lose that sense of, when I get up, I have so many things I want to do. I can definitely see that when I'm on Christmas vacation, summer vacation. I have to have that plan, or else it's just like oh, it's another day. What do I do? So I totally find these fascinating, because I always want to know. It intrigues me to see what people at the senior ages, what are some of their regrets, so I can make those changes. I can learn from them rather than learning the hard way. So it was such an interesting video. Check it out after mine, just so that way you can get the whole gist of the video, rather than just my reaction to it. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys were able to check out my community post on when I changed the times of these videos. Hit that subscribe button. A lot of people think, it has to do with money, and it does not. You don't need to pay any money to subscribe. It just helps my channel out, as far as if I get enough subscribers, I can start to monetize this channel and do more cool things and buy more things like the drone and these wireless mics to just give you better videos. So I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I wanted to show you, or end this video with, just some really cool drone shots that I took this week, to let you just see how cool this thing was, and just what this can do for my channel if I start to become monetized, being able to just get these things to make this channel so much better. So check these out.